On this video, I'm going to show you the best saxophone VST plugin I have ever used, and that is VHorns Saxophones. There are a tremendous amount of features. We have 4 different saxophones: soprano, alto, tenor, and baritone or bari. And of course, the most important part, the sound quality is mind-blowing. So I'm going to play you a quick sample just to show you. This is an alto sax. And now this is all the saxophones. Sounds amazing. And what's really cool on their site is if I go down here, you can hear a real performance and then the VHorns Saxophones. So I'm going to play you a real performance and then the VHorns Saxophones one. So starting off with the real performance. And then going now to VHorns Saxophones. It is insane how scarily similar, if not identical, they are. And I'll say this too, I'm a former saxophone player. So let's go to the VST. Here is the VST. As you can see, I do have to use UVI Workstation, but I have 4 different saxophone categories. And within each one, I have saxophone 1 and saxophone 2. So essentially, you're getting 8 different saxophones, 2 for each one. So let's go down the line. I'm going to start off with Soprano Sax 1, just to show you. So let's play it. I also have 3 different macro settings you can see right here. What's great about this as well is you get like a little help section here explaining each one. So I have the amount of vibrato if I want to be super vibratic, which I feel like for a saxophone, I like the vibratic nature. So as opposed to this. Sounds a bit more synthy, I feel like. So vibrato is definitely important, at least to me. And then air. Let's say you want to be a very staccato type feel or have a lot of staccato when it comes to the notes played. You can do this, max it out and go. Right? Do it like so. And then lastly, I have here the amount of reverb. So now let's listen to Soprano Sax 2. Moving now to alto sax. Now, what's really cool about this as well is I can get even more customizable. As you can see down here, I have 3 different main panels. I have mix. So if I want to adjust this very specifically, and I can go very in-depth on this video. My goal for this video is just to review the plugin, show you all the main features. But as you can imagine, I can do an entire tutorial about this. I then have virtual space. This one I really love. I'm going to mess around with this a little bit to show you. So the saxophone's here. Right, but let's say I want to have a very unique feel within the mix or the stereo width. I can put it here. This will sound a lot better if you're wearing headphones, by the way, or let's say if you have a good sound system. But I can put the saxophone anywhere and adjust the stereo width on the fly. I love this GUI setup too, but I also have different mic pair types. So if I want to do here, so I can set up the way the mics are positioned in addition to where the saxophone is positioned within the mix. And then, of course, I have a macro stereo width element right here. So I'll just put this here. A lot of stereo width, and then very, very mono. And then lastly, preferences. I have a bunch of different things I can adjust here. But let's go back to it. Let's go do Alto Sax 2 now. Now going to tenor saxophone. Now we're going to do tenor sax 2. Being honest, for me, I think, and it depends on each specific saxophone, I feel like I like the second saxes a bit better than the first one. just for me personally. Now I also have two other unique things I can do within UVI Workstation. One is effects. Pretty straightforward. I have a bunch of different things here, similar to Ableton with audio effects. So I can do drive, dynamics. I have reverb if I want, modulation. So I'll just throw on like a phaser, for example. Just do my phase. Right? I'm going to take this off. And then lastly, I have an ARP. So this is kind of fun to do, so I'm just going to hold the note. Keep in mind, I'm not going to be like stuttering it, so it's going to sound like this. And I can adjust this here. And I can adjust this. And then, there's a bunch of different things I can do here. So it's kind of fun if you actually want to create like a unique kind of feel for a saxophone, especially within the effects or the ARP or both, combining the effects and the arpeggiator. You can easily do that. And lastly, let's look at the Baritone saxophone. For me personally, I actually played alto and jazz bands and everything, and then I played tenor as part of a ska band. I used to be in a ska band, so I played tenor in that. But the Baritone sax, or the baritone sax, has my favorite sound, honestly. I love the low-end sound of the saxophone. Oh. And then, of course, gotta finish it off with Barry number 2. Oh, like